What up, y'all? It's Araneae Storm checking in for the long-awaited Rising Sign series. Finally, we are in this bitch. It's been a long time coming, y'all. For real. I've been saying this shit for like 2 years. Oh my God, I'm gonna do this series. But we're doing it for real. So, we just finished up, wrapping up Gemini. We're gonna move to Cancer. For those of y'all that don't know me, it's your first time coming to my channel. My name is Araneae Storm. I am a cosmic rootwork astrologer, and I specialize in Mars and North Node and South Node activation. So if you are interested in getting a reading from me, probably be one of the best ones you ever get. But hey, who's asking? You can hit me up at araneastorm.wix.com/info, linktree/AraneaeStorm, and all social media at Araneae Storm. You can hit me up for sure. And we'll get down to business. Now, before we get into the Cancer rising, I do want to talk to y'all about, basically, for those of y'all that are coming here and for the first time you're finding out, oh my God, I'm a Cancer rising. Or somebody you know is a Cancer rising. You're like, oh my God, I only thought that there was a sun sign. Maybe I only thought that there was a moon sign. And you're like, oh shit, there's a rising sign. So, let's get into it. Basically, your rising sign is what you see when you first meet a person. It is your personal lens. It is the mask that you put on before people actually get to know you. Kind of like your moon, but it's on first meet. You know what I'm saying? It's on first sight. You know what I mean? So when you're born, every 2 hours your rising sign, the rising signs change. So your particular rising sign is when the sun did its thing, and boom, here you are. It's how you view the world, it's how you see the world, and it also sets up the rest of your houses in your chart. So it's a very important placement. It's probably one of the most important placements to have when you are looking at your birth chart, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, before we get into it, example for those of y'all that still like, what the fuck is this? So for me personally, I'm a Pisces rising. So my sister describes me as basically being like a fish out of the water. She was like, you look like a mermaid. I have a long torso, fat ass. I can't stand up because I'm doing this video right now, but the booty's popping. But I have very long legs, and my body looks like a mermaid. Like I look like in my legs, if maybe at one point in time, maybe I had like a mermaid's tail or something like that. It looks like that. If I didn't have my legs, I would be like, swim with the rest of the fishes underwater. You know what I'm saying? So that's just an example of that. Like upon first meeting somebody, I do want to ask somebody like what they feel about me when they first meet me in person. That would actually be really dope to see. But anyway, we're gonna get all into it. Cancer rising, to my Cancer rising babies out here, we have the moon, our moon babies. When I first see Cancer rising people, or when I first get a glimpse of Cancer rising people, the first thing that I automatically notice about them is that their face is shaped like the moon. They have there's a astrologer, her name is Barbara Goldsmith. She's a Libra. Well, her name's Brancha now. Brancha. She's an astrologer on YouTube that I watch every now and then, and I see her. I love her energy. She's a Libra with a Cancer rising, and if you notice her face, also Quietest Revolution, Umber, she is a Cancer rising as well. And the first thing that I notice about their faces is their faces are shaped like a moon, like they look like the essence of the moon. Their voices usually I notice too. Also, I think her name is Bahati Live, Jessica, on astrology or on YouTube. She's a double Virgo with a Cancer rising, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And she also looks like the moon, like really piercing eyes, but not like Gemini, Scorpio, but it's like the moon that like kind of sees into like the soul and sees into the spirit and sees into the emotions. Very much so that. So yeah, and also one thing I do notice about Cancer risings too is they often have high pitched voices, and I know that This is definitely like has to do a lot with their your Mercury sign as well, like whatever your Mercury sits in. But I do notice that Cancer risings often have very high pitched voices. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a Cancer thing, but they often have like very I don't know, or maybe Cancer rising, I don't know, they often have higher pitched voices. They're able to feel on a soul level. You know, Cancers, put my gloss on. I don't feel popping. Cancers are able to feel on a soul level. Upon first meeting a Cancer, they a fucking lie if they say that they cannot feel a room. They can walk into a room and literally Cancer is like, ugh. If the energy's low, Cancer's like, fuck. You know what I mean? Because Cancer can feel. Pisces and Scorpio can do the same, but more so stronger on the Pisces and Cancer side. They're able to transmute that energy as well. So don't get the game fucked up. But sometimes Cancer just kind of chooses their own battles. They choose not to engage. And they're like, probably don't want to go. Probably don't want to be there. Or I'm probably just going to go ahead and leave because it seems like things are a little bit tense here. So, peace. Nothing personal. They are very nurturing and motherly. So often you'll notice about the Cancer risings in the group of people is that they're wanting to make sure, and I think this is for big three and all anyway in general, or Venus Cancer, Mercury Cancer, but specifically also for Cancer rising. They want to make sure that everybody's taken care of in the group. They're often the people that ask, like, how are you feeling? Like, what's been going on with you? And unlike Gemini rising, who's like more so surface based, it's like, how you doing? Fine. Okay, cool. When a Cancer asks you how you're doing, usually 9 times out of 10, because they really want to know how you is. Like, how are you? You know what I mean? How can I, subconsciously give this nurturing, motherly energy to you? And it doesn't matter whether you are a, masculine, male, female, whatever the case may be, whatever you identify as, this is, specifically for you. My brother, he's a Cancer sun and moon. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. And I don't know about his rising. I'm not really sure what his rising is, but I know for him specifically, just in that Cancerian energy, my homeboy, when I went back to Vegas to go visit, he was just telling me, and I feel like this is a Cancer rising thing too. He was like, it's crazy because every time my birthday comes around, like, your brother calls me on my birthday. He's like, if it's anybody that I know that's gonna call me on my birthday every year to say happy birthday to me, it's your brother. Like, I know he's gonna call me. And so that's definitely a quality of Cancer, is like wanting to make sure that, the people around them that they care about and they love are good. You know what I mean? They want to make sure that the people around them that they love and care about feel seen, feel safe, feel protected, feel loved, feel honored, and they open up because they can be very like reserved and kind of like in themselves and not really wanting to, when you first meet a Cancer, they're not like Aries rising of like, kind of like out there in your face, you know what I mean? Even though Aries sometimes too has like a quiet strength about them, when Aries is in that zone, they're very like, oh, what's up? You know what I mean? How you doing? Very much so like that. Or Libra rising, I would say, is like very like wanting to, cater and things like that. So it takes Cancer a minute, you got to think of that crab shell. It takes Cancer a minute to really open up, to really feel like it's safe enough to communicate and really feel like they are in a space where they can, open up to you and be, in a space of just raw, open expression. It's not that they're trying to hide anything from you. It's just genuinely because they want to make sure that, is this my head on here? They I'm just seeing this in the background. I'm like, this is my greasy ass head. They genuinely want to make sure that, you know, that when they do open up, it's to people that you know, give them the energy that they give on such a deep and beautiful level. What you call it? So I just put the crab shell, emotional check-ins, Cancer risings, Cancer energy in general. Like, y'all need to, you know, check in with yourselves. You know, Cancer rules the heart. It's the soul. And so you need to check in with like your emotions. I would definitely look to whatever your with whatever your fourth house is. Your fourth house of let me think, Scorpio. Yeah, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. Wait, yeah, Cancer's fourth house is Libra. So definitely check to that. You know, like what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you feel at home, the people that are around you. You definitely want to make sure that the people that are closest to you and the people that you spend the most time with make you feel at home, make you feel, you know, safe, and make you feel like you can be yourself around them, instead of, you know that Libra energy of feeling like you have to mesh with other people, or mesh with, you know, the group and things like that. Like, you need to be able to feel like you can stand alone, and you feel like you can stand alone on your own, and but still also be a part of groups, even when you feel, you know, off, you know, in a setting where you might feel first off uncomfortable, because you are pretty reserved when people first get to know you, because you want to make sure that the people and the, you know, the situations and things that you're in are safe, and there's nothing wrong with that, Cancer. Sensitivity, very highly, and I don't just say sensitive because a lot of people want to say, oh, all Cancers do is fucking cry and da 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 da. Well, kudos to you, and kudos to any other sign versus minus the water signs who actually understand their emotions. I really want to say that, because I don't think people say that enough to highly sensitive people, specifically empaths. You were very, very empathic. You take on a lot of other people's shit, a lot. You're like a Pisces, and do you know, like Pisces, you're like a sponge when it comes to other people's emotions. So it's easy for you to pick up on other people's emotions. So even if you're not feeling those emotions, being such a highly sensitive body, a highly sensitive vessel, you know, there might be things that come out, you know, unknowingly, that are stuck on other people that you are outwardly expressing, because the person or the people that you are around, or the situation, they don't know how to outwardly express those things. So you come in, you soak that energy up, and then you transmute it through your vessel. So with that, I say, Cancer, please take time to get as much rest as you need, or just not even just much rest as you need, but when you are around larger groups of people, especially people that you really don't know and you're really not comfortable with, you need a ritual, you need a practice to be able to really clear that energy, you know, from you, because it attaches to you. You are the moon. So anybody's emotions, anybody's like, you know, inner seated things that they have not dealt with, you automatically, especially my Cancer moons, and I'll get into that in another video, and Cancer suns too, like specifically Cancer Mars, y'all pull on people's energy. So just, you know, beware of that. Beware of the just beware. Just beware of that. Know that that's something, that's a power that you do have. Know that you are more than capable of transmuting that energy into something else, to something powerful. And that if you are in a situation, or you are around people who make you feel drained, or, you know, continue to make you feel tired and upset. You know, definitely check in with your own feelings. But if you know it's like, this ain't my shit, like this, just move around, Cancer. You don't need that drama in your life, boo. Highly in tune with other people's feelings, nurturing, soft-spoken, and reserved. So, I put psychic as hell. You need to form protection rituals. You need to form Cancer, you are divinely connected to your ancestors. We all are, but you have the conduit, you have the key to connecting with your people, and you need to ask them for protection of your vessel, because your rising sign is your vessel, and you need your rising sign body is your vessel. So you need to ask for protection. You need to ask them to look over your vessel through ritual and just being in constant communication, especially, y'all. And I'm gonna keep saying this. I know I sound like a broken record, but especially when you are in large groups of people, and not even just large groups of people, when you just randomly going out and going to the grocery store and stuff like that, you just suck in so much. So once you become aware of the fact that you suck in so much, and your mood swings ain't just coming out your ass because you are the phases of the moon, you begin to realize, okay, I need to master my own emotions. I need to master my own energy, so I know what's mine and I know what's other people's. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Cancer, that is what I have for Cancer rising. It's a very beautiful, every rising sign has its own unique gifts, but Cancer rising has a very for the Cancer risings that I've seen, just have a very it's just seductive. I've been making up my own words since all this shit hit. After we seen a long periodically time, we just been making up our own words and shit. But it pulls you in. It is the moon. The moon is able to pull you in. So that is what I have, my summary of Cancer risings. We are going to be moving on to Leo rising and then Virgo rising to finish up this week, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're going to go ahead and finish out the rest of the zodiac signs, and then we're going to move on to the moon series. I am going to be picking up, especially when it comes to these videos. So just make sure that y'all subscribe and y'all stay posted. Just tell a friend, share it with a friend, let them know what's good, let them know what's up. I don't know if I said this in here or the first video. The way that you can find your rising sign is by knowing your birth time. So just definitely keep that in mind. But other than that, it's a rainy storm checking in, checking out. Peace.